Professor V. Muralidhar is serving as head, Department of Mathematics, Mohammed Satak College of Arts and Science, Chennai. He has 23 years of teaching experience. He has attended 3 international and 5 national conferences. He was a resource person at the Mohammed Satak Teachers Training College in Chennai in 2012, where he spoke on History of Mathematical Genius Ramanujan. He was elected Academic Counselor, University of Madras during 2003 to 6. He has attended the orientation and refresher courses at the Academic Staff College, University of Madras. He specializes in stochastic modeling and has rich experience in discrete mathematics, operations research, statistical methods, and numerical analysis.
Welcome to UGC lecture series. In the last session, we have seen continuous distributions. In that, first we started with normal distribution. So, normal distribution is an important continuous distribution and which we use whenever you have large samples as well as in the small samples. So, today in our session we start with another important continuous distribution, that is exponential distribution and beta distributions and gamma distribution. First one we start with exponential distribution. So, whenever I say exponential distribution, here it is a continuous probability distribution in which probability density function it is given in terms of exponential function. So, when I say exponential function, it is e power minus lambda x. So, here as the exponential increases, e power x will increase rapidly. Since we got e power minus lambda x, as x increases, e power minus lambda x decreases rapidly. So, probability density and give in terms of continuous probability distribution, that is exponential distribution. So, a continuous random variable x is said to follow exponential distribution if its probability density function is given by f of x is equal to lambda e power minus lambda x whenever x is greater than or equal to 0 and it is defined as 0 otherwise. And this is an important continuous distribution in which it mainly depends on the parameter of the distribution. Now, let us see some of the important properties of exponential distribution. So, exponential distribution is a continuous distribution taking real values, and here your mean and variance they play a vital role for exponential distribution. So, we have got mean to be 1 by lambda and variance is 1 by lambda square. Now, let us see how we get mean and variance to be 1 by lambda and 1 by lambda square respectively. Let us start with the proof of your mean. See, for the exponential distribution we define mean is equal to expectation of x, E of x. Since it is a continuous distribution, your mean is defined as minus integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. So, in our case f of x is the given probability density function. Hence, for the exponential distribution our density function is given by lambda into e power minus lambda x into dx. And here since your x is defined for greater than or equal to 0, the limit will be from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to infinity, and lambda into x into e power minus lambda x into dx. Now, we can integrate this by using what is called integration by parts. In the integration by parts we choose u is equal to x and your dv is equal to e power minus lambda x dx, and du will be dx, and if we integrate dv we get our v to be equal to e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda. When we use integration by parts we get integral of, that is u into v minus integral v into du. This is how we define the integration by parts. So, in our case your u is x and v will be e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda, and of course, the limit will be from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to infinity minus integral v du, you get integral 0 to infinity, v is e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda whole thing into your du is dx. Now, we compute this integral by using what is called integration by parts. Now, let us continue the same. So, your mean is given by, if you see the first part, it is upper limit is 0 minus lower limit is x into, so that is also 0, and when you take the second integral, you are going to get minus integral of minus e power minus lambda x. If you integrate, we get e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda. So, we get 1 by minus lambda into e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda, and here the limit is as usual 0 to infinity. Now, if I take the here first term 0 will get vanished and this minus and minus will get cancelled, lambda will get cancelled. So, we got minus 1 by lambda into upper limit e power minus infinity minus lower limit e power 0. So, we get e power minus infinity is 0, e power 0 is 1, hence we get 1 by lambda. So, for the exponential distribution, your mean is given by 1 by lambda. Now, let us move to the second part, that is variance. So, whenever I talk about variance of continuous random variable x, we define that by expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. Now, expectation of x square as usual, we get integral minus infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx. This is for the expectation of continuous random variable. Now, the second thing, expectation of x we already computed before, which is 1 by lambda. So, we get 1 by lambda divided by whole square. Now, if we take integral here, since x is greater than 0, we get limit to be 0 to infinity x square into lambda into e power minus lambda x into dx minus 1 by lambda square, 1 by lambda square. So, now we compute the first integral. You have to take lambda outside. For the remaining part, you are going to get x square into, we use integration by parts 2 times. So, first one is x square into v e power minus lambda x by minus lambda. So, we get the limit to be 0 to infinity minus u dash into v 1. U dash means first derivative of x square, that is 2x into first you have integration of e power minus lambda x by minus lambda. So, it is going to be 1 by or e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda into minus lambda, you get plus lambda square, and of course, the limit is going to be from 0 to infinity. So, this we do for the entire thing, then plus u double dash. If you differentiate this 2x again, it is going to be 2, and integration of e power minus lambda x, you are going to get integral 0 to infinity, you have e power minus lambda x divided by lambda square into dx. If you substitute the limit, upper limit is going to be e power infinity 0 minus lower limit is 0 square into, so that is also 0. Now, when you take the second term, we have got upper limit e power minus lambda as usual 0 and minus the lower limit is going to be e power 0, which is 1 into 0. So, that is also 0, and finally, you have 2 divided by lambda square into integral of e power minus lambda x, e power minus lambda x by minus lambda. So, we get integral 0 to infinity. Now, if you simplify the entire thing, it is going to be e power minus lambda e power minus infinity minus e power 0 divided by, you are going to get lambda square. So, it is going to be 0 minus 1 by lambda square, since it is going to be 1 divided by lambda square. Hence, you are going to get variance 2 divided by lambda square. So, this lambda square and lambda square will get cancelled. Hence, you get 2 into here one 2 is missing. So, you are going to get 2 pi lambda square. So, variance of x is given by expectation of x square 2 by lambda square minus 1 divided by lambda square. Hence, variance for exponential distribution is 1 divided by lambda square. We have integrated the second part by parts and we have used integration by parts 2 times. Hence, we are getting x square into e power minus lambda x. You take u is equal to x square and dv is equal to e power minus lambda x into dx. Hence, we get integration by parts 2 times and if you simplify you get 2 by lambda square. So, variance of x is given by 2 divided by lambda square minus 1 divided by lambda square. Hence, it is 1 by lambda square. Let us move to another important property of exponential distribution, that is moment generating function. See, for the exponential distribution, moment generating is given by expectation of e power t x. So, when I say e power t x, since it is continuous random variable, we have your expectation given by integration 0 to infinity e power t x lambda into e power minus lambda x into dx. And in this case, you have to use integration by parts. We get lambda into e power minus lambda t whole power x dx. So, since it is an exponential distribution, after integrating and simplifying, we get sigma t by lambda the whole square. So, this is your moment generating for exponential distribution. Another important characteristic of exponential distribution is the lack of memory principle, or we say memoryless property of exponential distribution. So, here if x is exponential distributed, then we have probability that x greater than s plus t given x greater than t is equal to probability that x greater than t. That is, when you take a probability of any future event, that is x greater than s plus t, then the past event is x greater than t, then the conditional probability is equivalent to saying probability of x greater than t. Now, let us see how we got this property. So, probability that x greater than any time s is given by integral s to infinity lambda e power minus lambda x into dx. Now, if we integrate e power minus lambda x, we get e power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda. So, this minus I have put in the numerator, lambda we got as usual. So, both will get cancelled, we get e power minus lambda x, but upper limit is infinity. So, we have e power minus infinity 0 minus the lower limit is going to be s. So, we have minus of minus e power minus lambda s, hence we get e power minus lambda s. Now, when you take the conditional probability, probability of x greater than s plus t given x greater than t, it is given by probability that x greater than s plus t and x greater than t divided by probability of x greater than s. See, this we have already seen in the conditional event. So, whenever you take any conditional event p of a by b, we define as p of a intersection b divided by p of b. So, we are using the similar conditional case here also, hence we are getting probability that x greater than s plus t and x greater than t divided by probability that x greater than s. Now, in this if you see any event greater than s plus t, okay, it is automatically greater than t, because s plus t is greater than t, hence x greater than s plus t is the same as saying x greater than t, because when you take intersection, it is going to be the smallest event contained in both. Hence, we get it is equivalent to writing p of x greater than s plus t divided by probability of x greater than s. Now, when you take a probability of x greater than s, we already got that to be e power minus lambda s. So, probability of x greater than e minus lambda into s plus t is the same as e power minus lambda into s plus t divided by e power minus lambda s. In this exponential function, e power minus lambda s minus lambda t, since the power is base is the same, you can split this as e power minus lambda s into e power minus lambda t. Denominator you got e power minus lambda s, hence both will get cancelled and we have e power minus lambda t. So, probability of x greater than t is same as e power minus lambda t, which is probability that x greater than s plus t given x greater than t. So, whatever we do in the past, it is equal to saying that it is same as your future event under the given condition. Now, let us move to some important problems of exponential distribution. So, first problem, with the mean 120 days, find the probability that such a watch will first subdivision have to be set in less than 24 days, second subdivision not have to be reset in at least 180 days. See, when I say less than 24 days, since x is exponential, we have to find probability that x is less than 24. Second case, we have to find probability that x is greater than or equal to 180. Now, let us compute each one separately. So, he has given that mean is 120, but for exponential distribution we have already proved that mean is 1 by lambda. Hence, 1 by lambda is equal to 120, which implies that lambda is 1 by 120. Now, since x is exponential distribution, we have its PDF given by f of x is equal to lambda into e power minus lambda x, but in our problem instead of lambda he has given 1 by 120. So, 1 by 120 e power minus 1 by 120 into x. So, we write minus x by 120. Now, let us compute each one separately. So, probability that your x is less than 24 days is given by integral 0 to 24 1 by 120 e power minus x by 120 into dx. Now, when you take this exponential, this has got x, hence we have to integrate only this part. So, e power minus x by 120 divided by minus 1 by 120, and upper limit and lower limit is 24 and 0. Now, 1 by 120 will get cancelled. So, we got minus e power minus 24 by 120 minus e power minus 0 by 120, but e power 0 is 1, e power 24 by 120 is 1 by 5. So, you get minus 0.2, and e power minus 0.2 you have to see from the exponential table, or you can calculate by using the scientific calculator, and if you subtract 1 and multiply with minus, we get the value to be 0.1813. Second one is, we want to find probability that x greater than or equal to 180, that is at least 180 days. So, integral you should start with the lower limit as 180. So, we get integral 180 to infinity 1 by 120 into e power minus x by 120 into dx. Now, as usual, if you integrate this exponential alone, we get e power minus x by 120 divided by minus 1 by 120, where upper limit is infinity and lower limit is 180. Now, first substitute upper limit, you get minus e power minus infinity minus of minus lower limit plus e power minus 180 by 120. So, it is going to be 18 by 12 or 6 3s are 6 2s are. So, 3 by 2 you get, that is 1.5. So, we get e power minus 1.5, e power minus infinity you know that it is 0. So, the value is 0.2231. Now, let us move to second problem. So, here the mileage which car owners get with certain kind of radial tires, which follows a random variable having exponential distribution with a mean 4000 kilometers, then find the probabilities that one of these tires will last at least 2000 kilometers and at most 3000 kilometers. So, when I talk about the mileage of the car, then quality of the tire is very important, and we must see what is how much period it will last, that is the problem. So, here you do not expect to be mileage obtained with the tire. Since x is exponential, your PDF is given by f of x is equal to lambda into e power minus lambda x, and here mean is going to be 4000 and your lambda is going to parameter will be 1 by 4000. So, we get f of x equal to 1 divided by 4000 into e power minus x by 4000, where x is greater than 0. Now, the first subdivision we have to find probability that your x is greater than 2000 kilometers. So, x is greater than 2000, you have got integral 2000 to infinity 1 by 4000 e power minus x by 4000 into dx. So, here you integrate this e power separately, we get e power minus x by 4000 by minus 1 by 4000. So 1 by 4000 cancels, and the other one is upper limit e power minus infinity 0, lower limit minus of minus plus e power 2000 divided by 2000. So we get e power minus 0.5. So the value for that using the calculator or your exponential table is given by 0.6065. Now the second subdivision, find the probability that x will be less than or equal to 3000. So here since it is exponential, we have integral 0 to 3000 1 into f of x dx. F of x 1 by 4000 e power minus x by 4000 into dx. As usual, you integrate, you get e power minus x by 4000 by minus 1 by 4000. So 1 by 4000 cancels, and upper limit you put 3000, lower limit is 0, you get 1 minus e power minus 0.75. So it is going to be 0.5270. Now let us move to second problem. So here the time in hours required to repair a machine is exponentially distributed with the parameter lambda is equal to 1 by 2. What is the probability that the repair time exceeds 2? Second question, what is the conditional probability that a repair time takes at 11 hours given that its direction exceeds 8 hours. So here since it is exponential, we have its a PDF given by lambda into e power minus lambda x. Normally in the preceding problem he has given the average. So since the average is mean, your lambda parameter will be 1 by mean, but in this problem the parameter is given directly, so lambda is given to be 1 by 2. So hence your f of x is going to be 1 by 2 into e power minus 1 by 2 into x for any x greater than 0. Now p of x greater than 2 is given by integral 2 to infinity half into e power minus x by 2 into dx. Now if you integrate e power minus x by 2 by minus half, and half will get cancelled, and limit lower limit 2, upper limit 2. So upper limit you substitute e power minus 2 by 2, so e power minus 1. Lower limit is going to be e power infinity, which is going to be 0. Hence we have e power minus 1. Now the second subdivision, we are required to determine the conditional probability, that is what is the probability that a tire which will last for 8 hours will last 3 hours more than 8. That means 3 plus 8, it is going to be 11. So what is the probability that your tire will last for 11 hours at least, given that it was lasting already for 8 hours. Hence it is denoted by the conditional probability, that is p of x greater than or equal to 11 given x greater than 8. Now this is the same as p of x greater than or equal to, so 11 you can write it as 8 plus 3. So by using that memoryless property, probability of x greater than or equal to 8 plus 3 is given x greater than 8 is same as probability that x greater than 3. So this we already got by using the memoryless property of exponential distribution. Now let us compute p of x greater than 3. It is defined as integral 3 to infinity 1 by 2 into e power minus 1 by 2 into x into dx. Now if you integrate e power minus half x, you get e power minus x by 2 by the minus half cancels, upper limit infinity, so e power minus infinity we get 0 minus the lower limit is e power minus 3 by 2, so we get e power minus 1.5. So that will be your corresponding probability. Now let us go to simple exercise problems. So you can try this by using the similar problems which we did in the preceding two problems. Suppose that during rainy season on a tropical island, the length of the shower has an exponential distribution with a parameter lambda is equal to 2, time being measured in minutes, that means lambda is 2 minutes. What is the probability that a shower will last more than 3 minutes? That means you have to find the probability of x greater than 3. Second one is, if a shower has already lasted for 2 minutes, what is the probability that it will last for at least 1 more minute? That means you have to find the probability of x greater than 1 plus 2 given x greater than 2. So use exponential property, memoryless property, one can compute the second model. another problem is the time in hours required to repair a machine is exponentially distributed with a parameter lambda is equal to 1 by 3. What is the probability that the repair time exceeds 3, and what is the conditional probability that a repair takes at least 14 hours given that direction exceeds 6 hours. So, here parameter is given directly. So, lambda is 1 by 3, and first subdivision you have to find P of x greater than 3. Second subdivision you have to find the conditional probability of your 14 x is equal to 14 given that x is greater than 6. So, use the memory list property and compute the corresponding probabilities. Now, let us move to another important continuous probability distribution, that is beta distribution. Normally this beta distribution, it is beyond the scope of this syllabus, but we will have the probability function and we will give some important mean and variance for the beta distribution. So, here beta distribution is a continuous random variable which is said to follow beta distribution if its probability density function is given by f of x is equal to gamma of a plus b by gamma a into gamma b into x power a minus 1 into 1 minus x power b minus 1, where x lies between 0 and 1, a is greater than 0, b is greater than 0. So, here it is a 2 parameter distribution. Here the parameters are a and b, and it is equal to 0 otherwise. So, a b are 2 parameters, and in particular when a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1, then we obtain the uniform distribution in the interval 0 to 1. So, you substitute in this and simplify, you are going to get root 2 divided by root 1 into root 1. So, root 2 into x power you have got 0 into 1 minus x power you have got 0. So, it is going to follow the uniform distribution. So, your f of x is going to be 1, that is what you got. We already know that whenever x follows uniform distribution over the interval a b, then your density is given by 1 by b minus a. So, in this case your a is 0, b is 1. So, we got density to be 1 divided by 1 minus 0, which is going to be 1, and in the beta distribution if we put a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, here also we got density to be 1. Hence, your beta distribution follows uniform when a is 1 and b is 1. Now, in such a case your mean for beta distribution is given by a divided by a plus b, and the variance is given by a b divided by a plus b whole square into a plus b plus 1. So, these two you can compute by using directly the definition of expectation of a continuous random variable. The last important distribution is gamma distribution. Gamma distribution is a continuous random variable where its probability density is given by f of x is equal to e power minus x, x power lambda minus 1 by root of lambda, where lambda is greater than 0 and x lies between 0 and infinity. So, here for gamma distribution the parameter is lambda, and if x is continuous variable with PDF given by f of x is equal to a power lambda e power minus ax x power lambda minus 1 divided by root lambda, okay, then we call this as gamma distribution with the 2 parameters a and lambda. So, in the preceding case we have single parameter distribution, and here we have 2 parameter distribution, and for properties of gamma distribution we have important property, that is mean and variance both are equal to lambda, and moment generating function is given by 1 minus t into whole power minus lambda. Now, let us have a small summarization. In this session we have learned about exponential distribution, beta distribution and gamma distribution with some simple properties and problems. Thank you.